How's it going, internets? I hope you're having a lovely day. It's that time again. It's time to get into some animation. Time to get that imagination all revved up, get into some creativity, and it's time to get inspired. And today's inspiration comes from Johannes Helgeson. Again, comments down below, probably saying that name wrong. Wonderful artist. Definitely check him out. Let's look at some of his work right over here. He is a wonderful artist. I really love his style. I think he's got some really wonderful line work, but what I like about him is the kind of the references that he pulls on and the take that he does on different styles. I feel like there's a lot of early animation and video game kind of influences in his style that I think is really interesting, and I'm excited to see where this kind of Disney animation meets video game or early 80s animation, when animation was kind of becoming what it was before it hit this current iteration, and early video game art. And I'm interested to see where that whole dynamic goes in another 10 years. I think we're just kind of hitting that stride where we're I think with the Oculus Rift and things, there's other ways where we can go, but I think a lot of the height of where you can hit with graphics is probably within the next few years. We'll see it kind of level off a little bit, and then it'll go different ways. You can already see that now, where people are choosing more stylings that are more early 80s or 90s style of video games, so it's more stylistic choices. But anyways, getting back into more his work, I think it's really interesting because he takes the things that were probably influential in his younger life, like the animated series of the 80s, and video games of that time as well, and he brings those sensibilities to his work, and I think it's really interesting and just gorgeous stylings. You can see that he's worked for a couple different video game companies as well. This is some wonderful artwork from, I believe it's based on the Queen of Blades, if I'm not mistaken here. But like I said, I think what he does is he takes his influences and he makes them his own, and he adds his own voice to it, and it's just gorgeous stuff. I really like his painting. I think he's got a real rough, beautiful style, but it's got what I really like about it is kind of the way that he plays with light. I think he does a wonderful job of getting the light to kind of bounce in a really soft way throughout more of his work. So definitely check out more stuff from him. I will throw a link in the description below. Getting off on some tangent about video game and media, early like 80s and 90s influences. But what I really wanted to say about that is I'm interested to see another 10 years from now where people who are doing this kind of work find themselves, because I think it's kind of going to be an evolution through there. So I think that style of art, which is really only since probably the last 10 years or so, has kind of developed into this style of a lot of times you can see it where it's fan art, but I feel like that has negative connotations to say that, but riffs on that style where it's come. But I'm getting rambly, so let's take a look at a quote that he gave, and he said, "Take your time, be patient, it's going to be really helpful later on." I think that's wonderful. It's that whole mentality of slow down and enjoy the ride, put in the work, enjoy each and every step as you're learning, learn from your mistakes and your failures, and just keep on going. I really urge you guys to check out his stuff. I think he's got some wonderful sensibilities about his work. Definitely riffs on some of that things that I find I really resonate with, especially from my childhood, and he plays them all to a new wonderful level. So let's go ahead and get into some animation. This is the Raccoon rig. It's a free rig you can grab over at davidO'Reilly.com. It's part of his External World series of rigs. And if you're not familiar with what we'll be doing for the bulk of this video, give ourselves 48 frames, give or take a few. I go off and I find a rig that I've never used before. It's a free resource for you guys to play around with as well, and we kind of go from there. A little bit of over the shoulder, just hang out with me while I animate, a little bit of talking through the process. But most of all, the main goal is to hopefully encourage you guys and inspire you to go off and take another step in your journey. Make something today, create something, whatever it is. If you're a musician, go write a song. If you're an animator, go animate a shot. If you're an artist, go draw something, or go paint something, or go sculpt something, or whatever medium that you're passionate about. Just do it. Do it. Even if you turn off the video right now and you go create something, I'll feel like this was, a success for today. So let's go. I'm getting rambly. I feel like I'm a little too rambly for today, so apologies about that, but I think we'll have some fun here for sure. So I think this guy seems grumpy to me. So let's go ahead and amplify that. And whoa, what is that going on in here? Sometimes, let's see. Yeah, okay. The thing that I love about his rigs is he always kind of hides something in there. So there's definitely something in there. Wonder what that was. Okay. Anyways, let's keep going. Let's go ahead and make this guy feel menacing and grumpy here. There's like tentacles that come out of here. Okay, well that might turn everything to a different path here. So let's see. Where was that thing here? Let's see what we can play with this. Let's look at these tentacle curls and we'll bring them out here. Okay, yep, we've decided that we're gonna go in a slightly different path here. So let's not do a walk. Let's do something. Our head pops off and the tentacles come up. Okay, let's play with that. I think that'll be more fun. Definitely more bizarre, and gonna push ourselves a little bit more. So let's start off with almost kind of a Wild West pose. And we'll do that, and then we'll pop the head off and do that. Yeah, I think that'll be fun. Okay. Different idea, but I think it'll still be fun nonetheless. And I think it's always good to adapt, and if you come up with a better idea or more interesting idea, feel free to see where that takes you. Here, and let's rotate that. This one, and let's push the head down a little bit so we don't get that separation of the neck. And we'll start somewhere here, maybe push it back just a little bit more if we can. And we'll bring that forward just a little bit more as well. Again, we want to pop that off. Okay, let's look at the tail. Let's start here. Like I said, we'll do a little bit of Wild West. We'll pause for a moment, then shoot the head up and have the tentacles come up. Be kind of fun. Okay, so let's go ahead and set our frame range. Not really sure how long this is going to take, so let's just get it at an arbitrary number for 48 frames. We'll go ahead and save our file. We are using Autodesk Maya 2014 for today's video. For more information on that and all the things we've mentioned so far in this broadcast, check out the links in the description below. All right, so let's grab everything. And make sure we just have our NURB curves, NURB surfaces, and polygons selected. And we'll go ahead and set our first key there. Okay, so let's go about 14. We'll just do a little bit of up and down here for maybe 2 seconds or so. 35, 42, go here, and 64 frames, just an arbitrary number, 49 and 56. Go back up again. Let's see. I think we need another cycle of that first. And also I want to minimize it. It's a little too much. I think the timing's alright with the 14s on there. so 70 frames. Key another one down, and then will it be 84? Throw another one there, so we can have be 3 little up and downs here. So go. Okay, and let's do a little bit of back and forth here, just to liven up that chest. Other way around. Let's invert it there. And we don't need a lot of this. Like I said, we're just kind of idling. Just kind of playing around there. It's not really an idle, but just kind of a real slow amount of movement through the body here. Okay, let's look at the chest here. I'm going to do the same thing. Let's go forward and back. 35, back, forward, back, and forward again. Okay, and let's clean that up here as well. I'm sure that's probably too much. So let's do that. This will be fun. Was not expecting there to be tentacles hidden under the head here. Like I said, I've never used these rigs before, so they're always surprises to me. Let's see here. It's too much, so let's minimize it a lot. Scale it back here. Let's see how this feels. Still too much. I think we need more on the hips too. So let's see. Let's tone it down a little bit more here. And probably a little bit more on the hip itself. Alright, let's go ahead and look at that now. Alright, that feels pretty good. Let's look at the fingers here. And I'm just doing an arbitrary timing here. I'm going to keep it on 7s, but not on 14s here, so it'll be double the speed of everything else. And then I'll tweak it from there. So let's see that. Okay, and then we'll take everything on the tips. Delay it a frame, and then we'll take everything on index and we'll push it forward a frame, everything on the pinky, we'll delay it a frame. Let's see how that feels, if that kind of gives us that little bit of wiggle. Is there only one controller on this mid one? Why do I feel like there should be 2? There it is. Okay. For some reason that middle one just feels a little too busy. Yeah, let's amp up the movement on the base here a little bit more. Okay, now the other thing is it feels a little too fast. So let's slow it down just a bit. So we're going to go 2 frames in between there, add another 2 frames here, another 2 frames here, add another 2 frames there, add another 2 frames here, add another 2 frames there. Here. Okay, we're pretty much set there. And I think we want to delay the tips 1 more frame here. We'll exaggerate the backs on these fingers a little bit more here as well. So here we're going to raise those all up a little bit higher. A little bit higher there. A little bit higher there. Let's see. Okay. All right, and let's look at the thumb. Just do a little bit here. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, and forward a little bit. And let's have it start at like 5 though. Okay, now let's look back at the tip here. And we'll rotate it out. In, out, in, out, in, and out, in, out, and back in again. So let's see. Probably a little too much on the tip of that thumb, so let's scale it back a little bit more. All right. Maybe a little too much on this part as well. It just feels a little over exaggerated. Now we want like the focus to kind of hit there. Okay, now let's look at the other side. And we'll try to do a similar thing on this side here. So we already know that we want to go on 9s here. 9s right in here. Out there. In here. Out there. In. Out. In. I don't want it to feel exactly like the other one, so that's okay if there's some variation. say? I think we said like 3 frames. And I'll take the index and we'll push it forward here. And now that we've got like a system, because we kind of know where we were going, once we build it on the other side, it should make this side go a little bit faster. And delete those ones a frame. Let's see how that feels. Okay, and then I think I want to tone down the movement on the tips a little bit. And tone up the movement on the bases a little bit more. Let's see that now. Okay, and let's look here. I think we started at 5. Is that rotate? What do we do on here? Is it rotate Y? Okay. And then what do we got here? 14, 23, 32, 1, 50, 59, 68, 37, and back again. Okay, and let's look at the tip here. We want to put this back on 9 here, in there, out here, in there, out here, in there, out here, in there, out there, and then back again. Okay, now let's tone this down a little bit more. Maybe a little less on the tip of the thumb here too. Okay, and let's look at the tail. I'll put that on 18. I'll rotate it. Let's grab the bottom 3 portions of the tail and see if that's a little better. And then we'll go at 36, should be the other way. Okay. And then what do we have after that would be 54. Have it kind of whip back and forth here. 63, 72. And bring it back a little bit. So let's see. Let's start with it down a little bit more. Let's see. Yeah, maybe we'll tone this down a little bit more here. Okay, and then now that we've got that, let's look at the middle section here. We'll go at 9. And then at 27, we'll go this way. 45, we'll go this way. 63 this way. And oops, that A1 back this way. And back again. Let's see. Let's look here. And we'll do this at like 12. No, it should hit at about 18 again. Let's bring it back this way, so it'll be like maybe about there. So it kind of whips a little bit more. And then, okay, let's see. It should be 37. It should flip this way. And 18 frames from that would be 47, 56. Over this way. And it would be 66, 74. Over here. And back again. And 18 frames from that would be 30. And 48. So we get that little bit of extra flick here. And it'll be 58. 66. So let's see it now. Okay, and then let's go ahead and save our file. So I think we got okay amount on the beginning. Probably should do a little bit in the shoulders here. And I think we did this at 8, so let's go at 4. Go a little bit. Okay, we'll have to do each one, I guess. Find that controller again here. Go up. And then 14 frames for that would be 18, would be down. And 14 frames from that would be, what do we got? 32, 46, 60. 74, back up again. Alright, it's way over exaggerated. So let's cut it down to maybe like 30% of what we have here, or maybe even like 20%. Just so we can get a little bit of movement in there. Let's see. Maybe a little bit more up. Balance out the down a little bit more. Just so there's a little bit of give there. Okay. And then we want to go here, go up, down, up, down, up, down, and back up again. Okay. And then again, we want to tone it down because I'm sure I over-exaggerated that to begin with. So let's see. We kind of want to find a good balance between the two arms here, sort of. Okay, and let's look at these guys. We'll do a little bit of give here as well. And we'll put this back on 7s here for now. Go in a little bit. Maybe out a little bit. In a little bit. And again, this is something that we're going to tone down here. It's just so that we have a little bit of give in there. Okay, and let's balance those guys out. Again, don't want to allow this just a little bit, just so it doesn't kind of pixel lock there. And I think I'm going to leave the upper arm alone since I did stuff on the shoulders. I don't really want to do too much, but we'll see. Maybe we'll do a little bit. I'd probably exaggerate that a little bit more. Let's see it now. Probably about 10% less on that. Let's see. Alright, now, is there by any chance an eye controller here? It is. That's really too much. Okay. I was thinking we could do a blink, but it doesn't look like we have that. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and save our file. I think we've got something that works okay for now. So let's go ahead and extend our shot to about 200 frames now. We got what we like till about 84. And then we'll take everything after that and we'll delete it for now. Don't need it. Let's take what we have at 81 and bring that to about 95. So let's see. Set that, bring that back so we get a real nice slow. Probably go to about 77 actually. I feel like that's a little too much. So let's see. Let's see now. Maybe hold that till about there. Let's see, so it's a real slow. Seems like it's a little too long. Let's see it now. Let's go to about 71 then. We need it to be a little bit further down. So we'll set here, delete that. There. So let's see. Ease out of it a little bit more. Seems like I should go for a little bit longer too. Okay, let's go ahead and save that, but let's go ahead and actually make this a more interesting pose, kind of an anticipation here. Maybe push it forward, bring that up here. Bring it forward. Bring these arms back. stay on one key. There. Let's see. And then here, let's go ahead and zero everything out on the tail. We'll curl the tail up here. Take the bottom 3 portions here. Rotate up. Curl in the tail. Okay. Let's see now. Alright. Now, I want this to be here. I still like this, but I think I want to get to about there. So let's see. Actually, let's set that about there. Delete that, just so we have more of a middle. Set that, and then move this closer. So let's see it now. Let's cut about 3 frames there. And we'll kind of ease into this a little bit more, so I'll delete these extremes here. Let's see now. And move that about 2 frames closer. So we can kind of pop in there. Okay, and then we'll set that and push that back so we can kind of hold that. Okay, and we'll set all this, and then we'll pop into our extreme pose there, which would be forward there. Push all of that forward. Bring the hip back. Rotate the head forward, up, out. Grab this, and let's do the tentacle curls. Out, neck controller. Let's bring that down here. Again, zero out the head. Translate it up off there, rotate it. Okay, let's zero that out. Nope, sorry. Let's leave that. Let's zero that. Something funky. Where's the? Is it this guy? There we go. Come on. Okay. And let's grab this one, keep it closed here. Let's see it now. Okay, it's too slow. something okay to work with. So let's grab everything here. Set that one. Set that. Delete this for right now. And cut it by about 2 frames, maybe 3. Let's cut by 3. I want to kind of do a little bit of an overshoot there. So let's see that. Bring that back to about there. Less and shorter. So I get a little bit of recoil here. Let's see. Set it back and let's see that now. Yeah, let's cut about, holds for a little too long, let's cut about 2 more frames. 1, 2, 3, yeah, cut that, it's fine. Cut about 2 frames from here. One more recoil. Okay, let's see. Alright, now I think another thing I might try doing is turn off the orient to body here. Forward. Rotate it there. Let's see. what's kind of bad about this is the angle of the... Maybe if we do like at a side angle, that'll be a little bit better. I think we should do one more bounce. Bounce, check. And hit a frame sooner. Set one more, and this one should be further translated forward. Translate it up a little bit here. Let's see it now. Okay, it's too slow. So let's cut a frame out on both sides there. Let's see it now. Cut a frame out there. I think we need to hit this one here so we don't have that slide. Cut a frame out from there. A frame out from there. Now when I hit this one, I think we need to translate it up a little bit higher. Rotate it forward a little bit more and up. Rotate it back. Forward here. Up there. Let's see it now. And then zero that out. Actually, we'll rotate it back a little bit more. Zero it out. Down. Let's see. I think this needs to be a little bit more forward here. Let's get the translate Z. Looks alright. It's gonna frame through that a little bit better. A little bit higher there. Should be up and back a little bit more. I think this frame needs to get cut out, I think. Rotate that back a little bit. This back. Let's delete this one. we still want to do one more back, one more forward. Takes too long. Got a couple more frames there. Still too floaty towards the end. So I'll cut a frame out from each one. Let's get that translate Z, make sure that's flat out so we're not going actually up there. Just go one frame's difference, but have it be there. It's just too much movement. Tone down those rotate lines a little more. Let's take that and we'll push it one more frame further. Okay, so let's go ahead and save our file here. Now let's start playing around with some of the other stuff here. Let's actually save our camera angle here. I think this is a... Alright, and let's go ahead and create a new camera angle here. And let's start playing around with stuff here. So, look at these tentacles here. Let's keep them curled in here even more. universally we just want to pull it so it's down a little bit more. Takes too long. Let's go about 2 frames sooner with that. Let's see it now. Yeah, that's all right. Let's see it now. Okay, and then I want to make sure I get the hands moved back there. And let's clean that up because those hands are kind of a little broken. This should be the furthest back they go here. Down a little bit there. Back a little bit there. Down a little bit here. Back a little bit there. Then down. Okay, it should be something like that. Okay. It's probably a little too much movement, so let's scale it back here. Yeah, let's see it now. This one, try and get our timing better a little bit. This should be about there. It's fine. About here. And then back. Okay, let's see it now. Yeah, let's look at the tail. Kind of sticking up here. Actually, let's delete this one. Grab these 3. Zero that out. Push those forward, maybe a little bit more. Try to give a little bit better curve throughout there. Line of action through the tail. So end it right about here. faster. So started about a frame earlier. Delete, get rid of that empty frame, and let's see it now. Okay, let's look a little bit closer here. So it's on one, so I don't like this spacing gap here, or this one here, or that one. Okay. Let's see. Let's go about there. So it kind of snaps in place here. Let's watch it again. Let's push this a little bit more. So it overshoots. And same with this one here. Alright, and let's clean that up a little bit better. Set that on. Set that. Delete that. Delete that. Let's go up one frame less there so it's not as extreme. And give me one frame more to get back so it doesn't snap so bad. Need something wrong there. Take a couple steps back here. Okay, let's push this back a couple of frames so I can get an extreme that's not quite so. Let's go there. Let's see it now. There we go. And then we'll do a little bit of recoil here. Let's see now. And set that, push that back there. Okay. Should be getting somewhere close to about the right place now. Okay, let's try and fix up. Take what I have there and push that up there so we can go a little bit. this one's a little bit here. Just trying to blend where we had that original move here and blend it into where we're getting to that new place there. Now let's see. Let's look at the base here, make sure we still keep a little bit of movement there. Let's simplify some of that too. Let's see. And then let's grab everything and kind of slow it down a little bit more. Okay. So we'll set that. We'll set that. We'll delete everything in between. We'll hold those a little bit more. So let's see. We won't go as extreme there. Hold it a little bit longer. Delay it a frame or two. And give me a few more frames till I get in here. Let's blend these two moves a little bit better. Hold it for a couple more frames. I think I'm gonna pull into that a little bit more, so we'll grab it like 120. So it pulls in there a little bit faster. Let's get rid of that one. Let's see it now. Maybe a couple more frames. And let's hold it a little bit more towards the end there. Not as tight. And on here, maybe we'll do a little bit of something just with the feet here. Can we do a toe rotate? No? I'm sure. Get rid of that. Let's see. Ball rotate, maybe. No? Heel rotate? No? So there's nothing where we can get on the heels of the feet? Okay. We'll just leave it alone then. So let's take a look at this thing again and see how we're doing. Okay, let's look at the fingers. I'm going to do a little bit more on the fingers, and then we'll probably call it, because I'm sure this one's getting a little bit longer. So let's look at the fingers here. I'll kind of grip them up here. Here we want to stretch them out there. Hold that for a little bit longer. Okay, and then we can do a little bit of rotate Y here, down there, back there, down there, and up there. Let's see it now. Alright, let's look at the rotate Y's here. And let's kind of slow them down a little bit more towards the end, so they're not as much movement there. Okay, and then we'll take all of the tips here, and we'll delay them on the frame. Take everything on the pinky finger. Let's go ahead and save our file. I haven't done that for a while. It's always good to save multiple versions and to save often. And we'll take everything on the pinky finger and we'll delay it a frame. Just one. And everything on our index finger here. And we'll push it forward a frame there. Just to add a little bit of variety. Let's look at the thumb. towards that last one. Alright, and let's go ahead and look at the other hand here. Okay, so let's start off with the fingers, save our file again. Getting close to wrapping this one up. You guys are doing great. Hopefully you're enjoying your time with your imagination and your creativity today. Okay, I hit here, bring those up to a nice grip here. Started at about 92. Hold it till about 134. Delete everything in between here. And go ahead and swing back here a little bit. Swing forward there, back here, forward, and back. Let's see it now. Alright, probably a little too much rotate Y, so let's scale that back a little bit more. Just so it's a little bit, let's see it now. Alright, it's better. And then let's take all of the tips of the fingers here, and we'll delay them all a frame. And we'll take everything on the index, and push it all forward a frame. And everything on the pinky. And we'll delay that all a frame just so we get a little bit more variety in there. Alright, and then let's look at the thumb. So let's grab both of them here. And we'll go ahead and key that. And we want to clench it in a little bit. So I like that one okay there. And bring that to about 134. And we can hit there. We'll do a little bit of rotate Y here. Or sorry, rotate Z, I guess. Back again. Okay. Now let's clean that all up here. And probably do a bit less of it. Taper it off a little better. Now let's see how it feels on the thumb here. Okay. Yeah. So I think we got something that works here. Now do we still have a little bit of up and down that builds into here? I think we kind of locked off our hips a little too soon. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of up and down there, just so we have a little bit of give throughout here. And let's see it now. Alright, I think that works. Let's take a look back at where we started. We were looking at the beautiful work of Johannes Helgeson, and he said, take your time, be patient. It's going to be really helpful later on. Don't delay, do it today. Whatever it is that you want to do, you know, if you keep saying you're going to do it, but you never get around to it, it's never going to get done. So get out there, create something today, use your imagination, use your creativity, and take another step in your journey towards mastering whatever medium it is that you're passionate about. And take your time today, be patient, because it's going to help in the future. I love you guys lots. Thanks for hanging out with me. A little bit of a different one today, but I think we had some fun doing it, and came out with something a little weird and a little crazy. So I love you guys lots, and I think that'll wrap it up for today. So that means we will see you for some more animation tomorrow.